Searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, because eyes so bright.
Alrighty, back for another week of Scheananigans. It's been an eventful holiday weekend. I've got my girl Kiki back in the studio with me on this beautiful Monday morning. I feel like it's been a minute since we've done this.
I think I was out of town for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I had to move. So I was like, yeah,
Right.
I was booked and busy.
Yeah, you were in Europe, and then have I seen you since you've been back from there?
I don't know. Maybe because then I had to go to New York.
Right.
Yeah, I did. And then I was like, feel like I was in Vegas. So yeah, I think it's been a while.
Okay, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
How's the move?
The move is good. I mean, like, this is probably the biggest place I've had. I mean, definitely since LA.
I love that.
Which I love. But it's also weird when you're like alone and like you have a place so big as a single woman. You're like, I'm always like, okay, you have to check behind open doors. Like, is anyone in here?
Yeah. I mean, I know that feeling from being a single woman, but then also from having a husband who was just in New Zealand for almost 10 days.
Oh, wow.
So I was in the big house by myself with Summer and 5 cats.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. But I actually, at night, I feel fine. It's like during the day when you hear about like all these break-ins happening. And so I told Brock, I was like, you are not posting that you're going to be gone.
Yeah.
I had people texting me. They're like, everything good with Brock? He seems a bit off the grid. I was like, oh, he's in New Zealand. I just told him he's not allowed to post while he's there, and being like, hey,
yeah,
I'm not home. My wife and kid are.
That's super smart because like we keep seeing a bunch of Bravo lebs. It's like they announce that they're, well, BravoCon you can't help but announce because everyone knows it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And so many of the housewives and people just get robbed when it's like a public event.
Yeah.
And you know they're not going to be home.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I mean, if anyone broke into my house, the thing I'm most worried about are my cats getting out.
Exactly.
Because other than the Louis Vuitton bag that Christy bought me for my birthday, a bunch of Amazon in that closet. I would be severely disappointed.
Yeah, no, that is honestly my biggest fear is like someone like breaking a window and then my cat's like running out. They have literally never been outside ever. They wouldn't survive.
Oh, no.
And I don't think I could live the rest of my life knowing they were just out there.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you have air tags on them?
I have them chipped, but I don't have air tags, but I do need to add the air tags. Yes.
Yeah, the kittens, I feel like their necks are still a little too small for the air tags.
Okay.
So right now I have a little jingle bell on them.
Okay.
And I saw there was one comment, I believe it was in Spanish. I had to click see translation.
Yeah.
Could have been Portuguese, I don't know. But the person said, oh my God, don't have a bell on them. That's the worst for their ears, this and that. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, I temporarily am having a bell on them until I can put an air tag on them because then I can just push the button and find them.
Yeah.
But I was like, did this bell contribute to Penny's hard of hearing? And so I'm like, oh my God, did I make my cat go deaf? And she just had her checkup and the doctor was like, no,
oh, really?
I have a bell on my cats. Like, you're fine. I was like, okay.
Oh, the doctor does? Because I heard it is bad.
But she was like, I have a bell on mine. And I was like, okay. But also now that she is hard of hearing, I'm like, well, I guess I can just keep the bell on her. But I just got her results this morning and my old girl, my 17-year-old, her kidney disease has progressed. Now they're wanting her to be on fluids and then they're like, she might have a UTI. We can do another test for that and then put her on this and that. And I'm like, I just want her comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to give her 10 medications a day to prolong a life that is uncomfortable for her. I don't want her miserable and throwing up meds every day. So after this podcast, I have to call the doctor and figure out what we want to do. Because I'm like, sure, we could do the extra test. And then it says she has a UTI.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what? Then we treat it with medication, the same medication that made Salem throw up every time I gave it to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't want her in pain.
Exactly. Like, I believe in like, just make their lives comfortable and doing everything happy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, feeding them the things that, you know, you never got to feed them maybe. Right. Or like, I love when I see like the people who like take their dogs out and like put them in the lake because it's like their bones feel like not as bad. Just doing things that make them happy.
Yeah, I can just tell like she's down to like 7.5 pounds.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, at one point she was like 12, then she was 10, 9, and it just keeps going down. And so it's like muscle atrophy and she just feels so little now.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm not prepared because these two cats that I have, I think they're 15 now. And this
Both
will be,
of them are 15?
Yeah, because I found them together on the street.
Yeah.
And so this will be the first time I've ever had an animal through their whole lifespan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, you know, that whole, I don't know.
Yeah. How are they adjusting with the move?
they're good now. I mean, like, I think obviously it took a little while, but I'm still like, because again, I have to furnish this whole place. I haven't even had furniture. I've never needed a dining room table before, and now I have a new couch getting delivered today. So it's like, I know there's still like moments where it's like, oh, they got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm also making some very like sus decisions as a cat mom. So I want to ask her, because like, I was like, you know what? I just want to live my life, and I've been buying stuff because I know I have cats, or I've been like, I had this old couch forever because I'm like, fuck it, they're fucking it up. But I'm like, no, I just want the things I like. So I ended up getting this couch. I know I should have gotten performance velvet, but I got this couch. It's corduroy. I'm like, this feels like a bad decision, but I love it. And then I got this huge white shag carpet to go underneath it. And I'm like, these are bad decisions, but I'm like, I need the tools. Like, what are the good tools?
I mean, my entire house is white.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do have mostly boucle furniture.
Oh, okay.
So when it's a little more this material, you don't notice as much. Our bed is corduroy. Part of that is ruined.
Oh, God.
But what we had to get for the kittens to put up on the railing is it's about a foot high, but it's just like a sticky thing that we put on the railing so that they can't go through it again, because I'm pretty sure that's what Mango did when we only had him for like a week. And I hear a thump and then there's a hiss. And I'm like, why is he at the bottom of the stairs?
Oh, no.
Did he, which I don't know how he got there.
Yeah.
But just in case he fell,
yeah,
I was like, we are baby-proofing this. But you can also put that on the bottoms of your furniture.
Okay.
So it's a deterrent for them, which I did in her bedroom.
Okay.
I put like, and they have some on Amazon that's like a nicer material.
Okay.
So it kind of blended with the color.
Yeah.
But if you want to protect your furniture, I would probably just do that, because then after a while, when they realize they can't scratch it, they hopefully give up.
That's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, can you teach a cat at like 15 to start scratching other things? Like, I haven't really had scratching posts because, again, those cat trees are so ugly. They make better looking ones now, but I'm like, is it too late to?
Right. I just got one of those like really nice ones. It's from like Mo Pets.
Yeah.
They don't lay on it. None of them lay on it. I have not laid on it once. I've had to place the cats on there. I'm like, this is for you.
Yeah.
And no.
Well, we'll see. We will see.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how was your 4th? What did you do?
I actually ended up, I haven't really gone to Malibu House much since the fires, but I'm like, I keep paying for this membership. So let's go up there. So went up there to write because I'm, writing more.
Okay.
So spent the day by the beach, which was really nice. And like, they did have this like buffet, but it was like, I'm like, again, Soho House. And then later ended up at a party at, it was actually, Tracy Toms, the actress. She's in Devil Wears Prada, the black actress who plays Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
It was at her house randomly because my friend Cece is friends with her, and ended up at this really fun house party at the end of the night. And so that was really good. And
nice.
Then, what about you? What'd you do?
So we had my uncle's 70th birthday dinner on Friday in Laverne. And then after that, we drove up to Lake Arrowhead. My cousin's boyfriend has a cabin up there.
Oh, nice.
And he has 2 daughters. They're 12 and 13. And they are just the sweetest girls. And Summer has just taken such a liking to them. Like, they were so cute with her. It was like we didn't even need to watch our kid because she was just with the big girls. They all shared a giant Murphy bed that was downstairs. There was a mouse in the house. I'm like, can we get Hanta? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I never saw it. Brock saw it.
Oh,
I hope I'm fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had a blast. We were like, wow, she definitely grew up a bit this weekend. And we gave her the choice because we had this planned with the cousins for a few weeks. And she doesn't get to see the girls often. Half the time they're with their mom and then when they're with their dad. But it's great. They have the best co-parenting relationship. And my cousin has met their mom and whatnot. And it's great. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, we got invited to Lance's house. And I'm looking at the invite list because I was like, I want to see if there's anyone on it who I don't want to see. I don't notice any names like that. All I see are all of our preschool parents, friends, and kids. And I was like, oh, wait, this is going to be so fun. And I'm like, if it's my cousin's, it's his cabin, we can go any other time. So maybe I'll try and convince Summer without leading her too much to hang out with all of her school friends. Yeah. And so I was like, all right, so we have 2 options for 4th of July. And I lay them out. I'm like, Violet and Alexander, they have a new big house. All of your friends from preschool are going to be there. And she goes, I don't care. I'm like, what? And she's like, we just saw them like at birthday parties. We just graduated, and summer camp and whatnot. I'm like, okay, so you don't want to go to that party? She goes, no, I want to go see Tatum and Morgan. I want to go to the cabin. I was like, all right, well, I gave you the option. You chose that. Thankfully, she chose wisely for us, or the universe just pushed us in the right direction, because whose name was not on the partiful list, I guess LVP was there. Yeah. My friend Bianca her company got asked to bartend it. So Bianca was there getting bartending tips from Tom Sandoval.
Okay, so this was okay, guys. I was looking at Tom Sandoval's stories, and I was like,
that was Bianca in the story.
Oh, okay.
When Lance is behind the bar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? That post, which I only saw because Brock showed it to me, and he goes, dude, Tom did his Tom thing again. And it's like going back to BravoCon, when I'm in a corner in his room for an after party talking to Captain Jason about his charity.
Yeah.
And Tom does the like, hey, everyone, like, look, I'm here. I've got people. There's, they want to be around me. It's like, hey, everyone, look, I'm invited. I'm at Lance's house. Congrats on the house. And then Lance turns around. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I'm like, what? How is this happening right now? Like,
he's always got to get the post in just to show, like, I still have friends. People still invite me places.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just such a Sandoval thing.
Okay.
All
right.
But then I asked Bianca, I was like, oh, did you talk to Tom? And she's like, oh, he came up and he was like, I feel like we've like met before or something. She's like, I didn't even want to get into it. I was just trying to keep it like surface.
Yeah.
And she said that he was nice and like helped her, like he got ice or whatever when she needed. And she was like, yeah, he was like giving me some bartending tips and whatnot.
Well, that's what he does, right?
I
that's his thing.
But I'm like, okay, I'm really glad I didn't go to have that awkward run-in.
Oh my God, I can't even
with Lisa,
imagine.
And I guess Pandora was there, which it would have been good to see her.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the first year, she didn't respond to me on her birthday. So I'm like, oh, okay, we're there.
Oh God.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
But Lisa wants to say I lied about her in my book.
Yeah.
What did I lie about?
Well, this is the problem because, right, like at the end of the day, like we know she didn't read it, but what she's seen is a lot of the things that make headlines. And it's like, if you read the book, you're like, I actually complimented you a lot throughout this book. And the only things that are getting picked out are where I may have criticized certain decisions, which is normal.
Yes.
And it sucks that like that's all you're hanging on to.
Yeah. So there was this Miley Cyrus quote that said, I didn't speak badly about you. I simply talked about what you did to me. If that makes you look bad, that's not my issue anymore. And I was like, whoa, I really felt that, because that's how I feel about what I wrote in my book.
Yeah.
And that's what Lisa Rinna wrote about in her book. And it's what Kyle Richards has talked about and Teddy Mellencamp have talked about. And the list goes on and on. So if a lot of people have a similar experience in the same story, is it a lie?
I guess we'll never know. No, just kidding.
But yeah, it's like I keep seeing all of these interviews she's doing, like talking about me. I'm banned from her hotel.
You're banned.
I'm like, lady.
You're like, I was never going. But
was never going.
Thank you. It actually
didn't go to the Cromwell when it was the Cromwell. I'm not going to be going to the Vanderpump when it's the Vanderpump.
Here's the thing though. Like I have turned the corner fully. Like I obviously used to wake up like just in fear of like being canceled and all of these things. And then once you go through, obviously with the whole OC thing, you wake up in like I have a different perspective now. My brain is skewed where I feel like if I walk into a room and I can ruin at least one person's day because they're like, ugh, that Kiki Monique is here. It makes me happy.
Yes.
Because I'm relevant.
Yeah.
So if people are still banning you, that's great.
I know. I'm like, keep my name in your mouth. Go ahead.
I love it. Now, because I think that like going back to Tom Sandoval, like this is why he's even doing the thing. It's like we have not even talked about this because we haven't been
right.
This whole him and Victoria thing, because mind you, I've been slowly keeping track because I have followers who send me this all the time. And so for the past several months, I have this one follower that's like, oh my God, Victoria and Tom, they're not following each other, or they've blocked each other, or like
always something.
And so this was happening before this incident went down.
Yeah.
So clearly there's been issues for a while. We know the whole BravoCon thing.
Yes.
That sort of, I mean, do we even really know what happened that night at BravoCon? Did we ever get an answer?
I don't know exactly what happened because, I mean, obviously I'm removed from that situation. But I do remember at the Emmys, whatever the most recent one was that we all went to. I think Victoria had on like a white dress or something. We're all, seated kind of in the same area. And RHOC had made a comment about their relationship being tumultuous already. And this is a year and a half ago. And I remember like Tom came up to him and was like, hey man, like I heard about what you said and like that's not cool and this and that. And like fast forward, RHOC's like, this is what I was talking about. Like it's been toxic from the jump.
Yeah.
And like we don't want any part of that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to be like, oh, I don't want to know her. I'm like, I don't want to be around this situation. Like
Is it toxic from one party's more than the other, or just both combined is like a toxic combo?
I feel like maybe we get Schwartz in here to answer some of these questions because, I mean, I don't want to say he's a Tom apologist, but I think it's on both sides.
Okay.
I think they brought out the worst in each other.
Yeah.
But I was never around them enough to like fully know, but Schwartz was. And his ex was, and maybe even this girlfriend was.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the whole thing was just because even just the fact that like you're all living together in this house with the dad, like you're up late at night partying together. The whole thing just already feels like trap house weird, right?
Right.
Like, like there's a screen door. Like it's just the whole thing feels weird and like I don't know what's happening over there.
And I always wonder, like same with the Taylor and Dakota situation, what happened before that recording? Like we get an argument that's already started. And I'm like, what was said before? How did this start? How did it escalate?
Yeah. But I'm like, what you are telling in the police report, also we are seeing you scream in her face.
Right.
It's like some of this like isn't adding up. So what is the true story other than like, are you all just drunk and like this is just behavior that goes on a lot and you shouldn't have been together this long anyways? Like, I don't know. The whole thing is just.
They should not have been together this long because I've not heard positive things about that relationship from people very, very close to them.
Yeah. No. And I think it would have escalated even worse. Like, I've been in violent, toxic relationships and like that is just the beginning.
Yeah.
At the end, like somebody's going to be in a hospital. Like it gets bad.
And I also do know one of Victoria's exes.
Oh, yeah.
And similar stories I've heard.
Interesting.
So I'm like, I think together they were just not good.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But I'm very glad I was not at that 4th of July party. I was just at the lake watching fireworks. Summer had the best time.
Yeah. No, that would have been awful. Because then you have to you're either spending the whole party avoiding people or you are having a fake conversation with people and then getting caught up in like, I didn't even want to be talking to you. Now I'm in a picture. Right. What the hell? Like, yeah.
I know.
No way.
That always happens to me.
Yeah.
So thank you, universe. Thank you, summer.
Thank you, summer.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and be right back. Okay, so when something pops up last minute and suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I need an outfit that just works. Well, that happens to me often. Events are always popping up, a trip, a girls' dinner, something where I just need a new look. And that's when I go straight to Revolve. I'm going out of town this weekend. I'm speaking at this charity event and I'm like, I need an outfit. What am I going to wear? You know what? Revolve has it. It's just where I go when I don't want to overthink my outfit, when I just want it to be easy. I'm like, look, I'm looking for something from this brand, in this color, in this size. And everything is just styled in a way that makes sense. It feels very curated. The website is not chaotic, okay? There's a lot of items, but you can filter it so easily to shop the exact brand, style, color, whatever you need. Sometimes I even order multiple options in different colors, maybe a different size, because I just want to try like an oversized fit, or maybe I want it extra tight, Also, when I do order multiple options, shipping and returns make it so easy because whichever one maybe doesn't work for me, you have a label, you send it back. It's that easy. Whenever I want to feel good about what I'm wearing, I just go to Revolve because so many of their brands have just that elevated feeling where you look like you're wearing something really expensive, but maybe it's not. So whether it's a big night out, a wedding, a summer trip, or you just need something last minute that actually works, Revolve always has it. Go to revolve.com/goodisgold to shop our faves and use code goodisgold for 15% off your first order. Fast shipping, easy returns. It just makes everything easier. That's revolve.com/goodisgold where you can shop our faves and get 15% off your first order. Offer ends July 24th, so don't miss out. All right, now I'm going to talk to you about Wayfair because when you look around my house, it looks like you walked into a Wayfair commercial. And that's because your space should feel like you. You know, when you don't know exactly what you're looking for, I'm telling you, you go on Revolve. I found some artwork for my bathroom that I didn't know I needed and certainly wasn't looking for. But boom, there it is in my studio bathroom and it looks great. And you know, if it's a budget problem that you're worried about, Wayfair fixes that, okay? They have so many options. They have inexpensive options. I mean, you can seriously upgrade your space using Wayfair. And when you're entertaining, especially outside this summer, it's just going to feel, again, elevated. We want everything to feel elevated, you know? I got new patio furniture for outside. My mom just got new patio furniture for outside. I've gotten new silverware. I've gotten my bed. I mean, so many things from Wayfair. So whenever someone is looking to just upgrade their space, I'm like, have you looked at Wayfair yet? You don't even have to go in person. You can just sit in the comfort of your own home and look on the website and shop. And if something doesn't work out, then you send it back. It's that easy. So if I had a friend who was putting off ordering whatever they wanted to order because of price or not knowing where to start, I would tell them, look at Wayfair. I guarantee you're going to find something, even if it's not what you thought you were looking for, you're going to find something else because that happens to me every single time. So if you're ready to upgrade your home for way less, head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home and get your space ready for less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Okay, so I feel like you're always my go-to person, you know, for two things: what's happening in the world and what do I need to be watching next.
Yes.
If there's breaking news, some story happening online, or, you know, a new show that everyone's talking about, you are always the person who knows about it before I do. So basically, I come to you for my news and my television programming schedule. It's like you're my CNN, my TV guide, my just hot topics for everything. So first off, I watched Celebrity Crime Scene. Obsessed.
Love it.
I have been obsessed with that story for as long as I can remember. I grew up such a fan of Marilyn Monroe and James Dean and Elvis Presley. And I don't know, maybe I once lived a past life during that time, but I've just always been fascinated with that. And I had heard some rumors around what had happened to Marilyn. And so then watching the documentary, I mean, how cool was that with the whole like green screen and recreation? And
it was so cool. I mean, like, you know, Harvey Levin, TMZ, like produced it, but with Fox. And so, you know, being on a set like that and learning how to do green screen was also just for me like an amazing learning curve because it's crazy. I mean, the setup, that crew, like they worked their ass off that day. But yeah, it was so cool. One, because I feel like, I knew surface level stuff about Marilyn Monroe, but really digging into her history, I'm like, oh my God, I actually want to learn so much more. She was a very intelligent, complex woman. And I just think that she got just made to be like some blonde whore, right? You know, and I hate that for her because she had she had men who used her. And, you know, at that time, like, that's just what was happening. But being on the green screen and like they're recreating that whole crime scene. And we get to walk through it. I'm walking through it with forensic investigators. And so I'm learning stuff from them. But like, obviously I have a lot of deep dive knowledge just about, you know, the pop culture and that sort of history with her, you know, relationships and stuff. So it was a really good combo. It was really fun. It was, I mean, that shoot was all day long, but I you know, I'm hoping It's streaming on Hulu right now. I hope we did chart. We did make it to number 12 on the top 15 Hulu charts.
I love that.
So I'm hoping that more people watch it because I want to make more. I hope this becomes a regular series. I think this is something people would want to see.
So interesting.
Like I could see so many other cases that we have thoughts about that would be. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah. Have you seen the movie A Bad Time at El Royale?
I have. El Royale? But wait, I'm trying to remember. I have seen that.
It's with Cynthia Erivo.
Maybe I have. I mean, I know that name.
Okay, so I think that's what it's called. It's not a good time. I'm pretty sure it's a bad time because bad things happen there. But that is like loosely based around the JFK Marilyn threesome with the brother.
Okay.
It was this hotel where they were able to, they had like the secret hallways where they were able to, through the two-way mirror, spy on their guests. But they had high-profile guests there, and there was a tape supposedly of the three of them.
Oh, wow.
And it's crazy. Like having some of that backstory before watching the movie.
Yeah.
I forget what the actual hotel is called, but it's like Central California. It's just like up a little north.
Okay.
And apparently like these things really happened there.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I do have to watch it. Maybe
there's like a part in the movie where they have like the tape and they're like, but do you know who's on that tape? And there's like a Charles Manson character played by one of the Hemsworths.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's really good.
Okay.
You would
I'm gonna watch
especially enjoy it. But I was like, oh my God, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else are you watching right now? What's actually good right now?
Honestly, Apple TV is killing it right now, which I think they listen to the people because, you know, we've been paying for Apple TV forever and we're always like, you don't have enough programming. And so like I went to their press day event back in February. So I knew what was coming out for the rest of the year. So I was really excited already. But obviously Widow's Bay became like it went viral. People loved it. It's so good. It's like horror, but comedy, Stephen King, like all the things. It's so intelligent, smart. I love it. And then also on Apple TV, Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed is just a fun girl. It's that woman from Orphan Black. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
No.
But she's a really good actress. She's like the lead. Really fun. And then also Cape Fear on Apple TV with Javier Bardem and Amy Adams. And I can't remember the other guy, but like they're redoing that. And that's really interesting. So I love Apple TV right now. They're killing it. And then other than that, I am trying to get into this new Elle series, which is based on Legally Blonde.
Right. It looks cute.
So I've watched the first 2 episodes. I think it's cute. People are trashing it online.
Oh.
I'm having a good time. I'm kind of like, well, I don't know what you got. Like, this is what I think it's very Legally Blonde-ish. It's a different take, but I'm having fun watching it. So.
Yeah. Okay. I do want to add more scripted shows to my roster.
Yeah.
I'm honestly debating if I'm going to watch this 20th season of OC.
So I did watch the screener already and like, I guess I have no choice. I do reality checks. Right. I have no choice but to watch it. I will see. I did not get invited to the premiere party, which I
saw that.
I was very much like, well, that is I give you a whole storyline that I'm not paid for. Season 19.
Can't even get a free drink? A little tray pass?
I mean, look, I'm not going to say someone was behind that. I'm not going to say that.
No, I'll say that. Tamara's like, Kiki Monique is not invited. She can't sit with us.
Which is crazy because I was literally helping her out. I didn't even have that whole storyline was to help her out.
I know.
And then I became the enemy. Who knew?
Shocking. It just, that one, another one that keeps my name in her mouth. Do you watch Shrinking?
I love Shrinking.
That's on Apple TV, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to watch that too.
Oh yeah, you got to watch that. That one's good. And obviously Ted Lasso's coming back in August.
Yeah, Brock watches that one. I catch it here and there. I haven't religiously watched it, but there's just so many good scripted shows, and I only have so much time that I'm like, I think now that Rhode Island has wrapped up, oh my God.
Oh, Liz. We didn't talk about Liz. I know.
That's a bummer. And it genuinely seems like it's her choice.
It is her choice. And I think talked about this on your show quickly because she came on Reality Checked and that day she was very emotional that day. And I already had gotten the sense that she might not be coming back. But Dorinda and I really were like, no, you're an icon. Like, just like really think through this. But yeah, I mean, the fandom... They can drive people to a place where they don't want to be on the show. And it's unfortunate because we lose really great talent. Like, she is a great housewife and she deserves, obviously, she could come back in a later date,
Mm-hmm.
but I think, they weren't just attacking her, they were attacking her family. It was not good.
No, it wasn't. And also, I mean, she is significantly older than the majority
Yeah.
of the cast. So I'm sure that's not easy,
Mhm.
even just with life experience and
Yeah.
stuff. You may be super close with Kelce, but I mean, it's a 18-year age gap. I mean, that is a lot of life.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna replace them with, they had the Monique woman who I think was there she's dating or she's married to the football player. And I think she was a friend of on one episode. I'm imagining they're interviewing her, or she could be screen testing. I think they will bring a younger cast that's more in line with,
Okay. What else this weekend? Oh, Taylor Swift finally got married.
I was not buying it till the very end. I was still like, there's no wedding at MSG. There's absolutely no wedding at I kept calling it Penn Station because I just that's all I can see when I see MSG.
Yeah. I mean, was this our royal wedding?
Well, it would have been if we had seen any of it.
Do we get to see any of it?
People think that we're going to see it on Disney, but I don't know if that's, people are convinced that there were cameras there and it will be sold and we will see it somewhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll see it somewhere. I don't know in what fashion. I don't know if we'll see the whole wedding, but.
Right. Were there any surprise wedding guests that we found out about?
I thought everyone was a surprise. That list was all over the place. George Stephanopoulos. We don't even still know some of the people because some, I think, people went underground.
Right.
But I will say, I felt a little bad for Blake Lively.
Yeah.
I mean, look, could she have been invited and turned it down? Could she even have been there and we don't know?
Would you really turn that down, though, if you were invited?
I don't think Blake would.
Exactly.
But I know.
I don't think that was her choice.
I don't know. I feel a little bad. I feel like you invited the whole world. Just invite Blake. It's not like you're going to see her.
Yeah, I know. What did you think about it being at Madison Square Garden?
I just was I was just like, why? I keep thinking sweaty. There's a certain smell I associate with Madison Square Garden and Penn Station. And I'm like, I can't see it. Then, of course, the story came out that Elizabeth Taylor had a small private party that was at Madison Square Garden. And we know that there's that sort of love affair she has with Elizabeth Taylor. So then I was like, okay, maybe this is making sense.
And I think she is a big Knicks fan.
And I think from a security perspective, you can't have drones flying over.
True.
Exactly.
You didn't have to worry about helicopters or paparazzi sneaking photos, anything like that. There are the underground ways to get in.
I guess.
That's how the athletes get in. You know, it's you drive under.
Yeah.
And so that's actually kind of smart.
I just envisioned it would be more on a private place, like a private island that people can't access.
But still, even on an island, the paparazzi can go on a boat and find you.
Yeah.
They did with me, and I'm not Taylor Swift.
That's insane.
I just remember trying so hard to focus on the vows with Brock, and all I could see was this ugly ass fishing boat in the background of all of our fucking photos. And I'm like, we're going to have to Photoshop that out. God. Focus, Scheana. We're going to have to. Is that a paparazzi? Focus, Scheana. I was just like,
that's hilarious.
Okay. Well, this weekend also, obviously marked the 250th anniversary of America declaring independence from Great Britain. Should that have felt like a bigger deal than it actually was? It just seemed like any other 4th of July to me.
No, yeah. I feel a little bit cheated because I do feel like this was a huge celebration that all Americans should have been really excited about. But I feel like I got co-opted by one half of the country and the other half just sort of had to sit there and be like, okay, we also belong here and this is also our country. But it feels like we don't get to celebrate unless we join a cult. So I just, it sucked. So yeah, it was probably one of my most lackluster 4th of July. And I love 4th of July is one of my favorite because I love a hot dog. I feel like it gets the summer started. I love a firework.
Summer House is throwing a huge party that we're going to watch 6 months later.
Exactly.
I do wonder how that's going.
Me too. I have a lot of thoughts on season 11 and what's going to happen because Alex Earl was in the Hamptons at the same time, supposedly.
What?
I know. We don't know if she was filming, but she was in the actual summer house. I don't know if she rented it for some reason or she was there for a reason, but she was doing TikToks from the summer house. And we also saw that Ava Dash, who's from Next Gen NYC, was allegedly spotted making out with Kyle all over the Hamptons.
Oh, that's right.
Sally Carson was also seen in the Hamptons. So I am curious, I feel like what they're trying to do is bring us winter house, which we don't have anymore, into summer house, because we get this sort of single slutty crossover.
That's a good point.
Of winter house, but in the summer house. So that could actually make for an interesting season 11. It could go either way.
And the longevity of that could.
Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they had like a big, 250th happy birthday.
Yeah. I imagine that they did for sure.
Because the bicentennial, that was in 1976. And I felt like that was like a huge celebration.
Well, when I see all the videos about it, it looks so fun. And I was like, damn, like I wanted that. I love a carnival. I love a fair.
Right? Maybe it just is like, a strange moment for the country where it's all divided, and even, a milestone that should be like an easy opportunity for everyone to celebrate just didn't feel very celebratory.
No, and especially like when I see, obviously the Patriot Front decides to spend their morning marching on Washington, like this white supremacist group. It's 4th of July. Go spend it with your family. What are you doing marching? And like that image of that Black woman on the subway that's like trapped between all of these like races. It's terrifying because of course they're comparing it to like when the KKK was marching in 1926.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think when people say like, oh, stop talking about it, get over it. Think about this. We've only reached 250 years.
Right.
We know people who are 100 years old. Betty White was like turning 100.
Yes.
The country is not that old. It's only like 3 generations. So yeah, like when you see a Black woman trapped between a bunch of white supremacists, that is terrifying. It's in our DNA.
Yes.
And so it's not okay. So it just puts a weird, just like, I hate that we couldn't just celebrate and have fun, and you kind of had to just be in your little bubble to celebrate.
Yeah. And wait, I do have a question for a very specific group of people. So you know how there's like the certain religious extremists who look for a natural disaster and they say it's like God's punishment for whatever, like AIDS was a punishment for gay people, and hurricanes have been blamed for pride, earthquakes, wildfires. Like there's always some like sin or whatever that caused them. So if we're using their logic, not mine, theirs, I would just love to know what those people made of this series of events surrounding the Freedom 250 celebrations,
Yeah. Like there was a hailstorm at Mount Rushmore.
I saw that.
There was like severe weather at the mall.
That heat wave.
Oh, the heat wave. No. And I was just like waiting for the locust and the
right?
whatever.
Oh my God, seriously. Yeah. And then there was like a reflecting pool turned green.
Oh my God. That pool. That damn pool. I'm so tired of talking about the reflecting pool.
I know. But I don't know. That's just crazy. And there's like a lot of signs there, I feel like.
And then obviously on the day of 4th of July, a bunch of people did descend on the mall. They did have a big crowd, but then there was severe weather that threatened, so they had to evacuate. And so people were trying to get into like museums and stuff.
Yeah.
And the museum that they all ended up evacuating to was the African American History Museum, which, again, not lost on me, the irony.
Right.
I wanted to be like, hey, since you're here, learn something.
Right?
Because my friend had actually just gone to DC and she was like, it was really, really good. A lot of reading, but there was so much. And I said, good. They had plenty of hours to read.
Right? Literally. Did you see what was going on in Newport Beach?
Oh God, that was crazy.
And everything.
Yeah.
That was insane.
No, like I here's the problem. It's like what people don't understand is like we have a class war right now. And like we got to stop this fighting, making it a race war. There's a class war. And when the more people are losing benefits and money and revenue and jobs, we're going to see more of this. It's going to start infiltrating because people are just like fraud. Have you noticed is at an all-time high?
Yeah.
People are getting hacked left and right. I have more fraudulent calls than anything. And they just did a study. It's proven now that over 50% of the internet traffic is confirmed bots. So
wow.
People are saying closer to 70, but it's over 50. So when we're on the internet, most of the people we're engaging with are not even real, and it's proven.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Oh, this world, Have you ever believed or like jokingly wondered if the universe was trying to send you a sign because everything just kept going wrong?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. So, I don't know if God was trying to send anyone a message, but Mother Nature definitely seemed to have some scheduling notes.
Mother Nature is a woman.
Weather is weather. And it's like, can you separate loving your country from liking its current leadership or political direction?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that is, I don't believe you have to love your government. Like, that is why we live in America, because we have the right to criticize it. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to love everything about America. Like, it's sad. Like, obviously, the World Cup's happening right now.
I have become a soccer fan in the past week.
Me too.
I didn't care about it when it was first starting. My cousin was like, oh my God, you watched the USA game? Are you going to any of the games at SoFi? I was like, no, I honestly forgot that it was even going on. And then my friend Susie, who is Egyptian, her father, she's Egyptian Palestinian, and her father recently passed away. And there have just been different signs and things that have happened recently. And I know that Egypt just making it into the World Cup, as far like this is like never happened for them, or it's been 92 years or something crazy. But she wanted to go watch the game the other day, and they were playing Australia.
Okay.
And so, I mean, normally I would just naturally root for Australia, but I was like, you know what? My husband's a Kiwi. New Zealand's already out. My dad is Dutch. They're already out. My other padre is Mexican. We'll root for them. And then that was sad last night. But I'm like going for the countries that I have, attachments to. And one of my closest friends is from Egypt. Her dad is Egyptian. And watching that game with her son's name is Cairo. And it was just so exciting. I was like, okay, now I'm in this. Like, to go to a shootout at the end, I was like, this was a great game to get me into the World Cup.
Yeah.
So then we watched the Norway game, then we watched the Mexico game. And now I'm going to a bar tomorrow at 9 a.m. to watch the Egypt game with her.
Yeah. No.
Because I'm in it now.
I love, like, I was so excited about the U.S. game, like, after all the games I watched. And I'm like, I hate that now there's this weird tainted thing because had to stick his hands in that, but we won't forget it. I feel like I'm still going to cheer for US. I don't care. I'm having fun watching it, and you're not going to ruin it.
Yes.
This is like, finally, we like soccer. Like, this is actually, I think, going to be one of the most watched games. Like 50 million people are going to be watching. And so
I know we're considering having Summer skip jujitsu on Monday, because I was like, ooh, her class goes till 5:30 and the game's at 5.
Oh, yeah.
So we might not.
Yeah, just, this is a once in a lifetime. Well, not once in a lifetime, but
totally.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, go soccer. I now love watching the games, and Summer wants to start playing soccer.
Oh, good.
So I'm like, there aren't that many rules you need to learn, right? You kick the ball into the goal and someone pulls a card and you're like, oh, red card's out of the game, yellow card, slap on the wrist. Do I need to know much else?
I don't know. I feel like there was like more rules than I knew about. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it's a good sport. And I guess next year we have the Women's World Cup in 2027.
That's what I was wondering. I've been wanting to ask Chad about that, because I'm like, why do people not give a fuck about women's sports?
No, I just saw that Netflix did an ad yesterday. And that was the first time I was like, oh, so it's going to be on Netflix and it's going to be the Women's World Cup. Okay. Like, so
cool.
Yeah.
I was wondering that, and I just hadn't looked into it yet. Because as I'm watching the games, I was like, wait, I've never watched the World Cup before, never given a fuck about it. But I'm like, and then I felt stupid and ignorant. I'm like, is the World Cup only men? Like, what about the women?
No, next year.
Okay.
And hopefully she'll be playing soccer then. So it'll be even more fun.
No, totally.
Yeah.
I don't know if her new school, if they have kindergarten soccer. If not, I'm just going to get her into a league with some of her friends because she's into it now. But I also want her to play baseball because the girl has an arm on her.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I'm just like, you know what? Whatever you want to do.
She can do it all.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we want her in after school 5 days a week, and every after in school enrichment class is just another fee tacked onto the tuition. Okay. Well, let's wrap this up with the Jack's hole. Marcellus Wiley, did you see? He was arrested this weekend for domestic assault and battery on his wife, Anna Marie, with kids in the room at a basketball tournament. They were like at a hotel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She said he poked her face, threatened to kill her. Cops were called. I mean, we've heard numerous things about this man.
Mm-hmm. As someone who has come out of an abusive relationship why do you stick around for as long as you do?
Right.
You don't know, right? And she did say, in the arrest affidavit, it did say that she claims that she has a history of violence that's gone unreported. And so obviously now the wheels turn, right? Because we have watched this woman. She was like one season on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She became an instant non-favorite just because of many reasons. And then after that, she kind of like turned into this like woman that like a lot of people didn't like. And then sexual assault allegations started coming out against Marcellus. I think 7 women so far have come forward. And she was denying that these were happening. So, she was on his side. He doesn't have any criminal charges against those allegations, but he does have civil suits that have been filed against him. But at the end of the day, I have a few things. One, we do know he's a football player who probably has CTE. I don't know that, but probably.
That's a good point.
Not that there's an excuse.
Not that that's an excuse.
But what I'm saying is like, this is what we talk about when we say we need to look, because I do think perhaps this man has something going on. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But in addition to that, you now wonder, was she only taking his side because she was being forced to? I'm not saying, but I'm just saying the coercion that happens in toxic abusive relationships, who knows?
Yeah. Well, I hope the best for her and her kids. But yeah, I just saw that and it made it very easy to name him or Jack's hole.
Absolutely.
Flowers of the week. So do you listen to Giggly Squad or do you follow them?
I follow them. I mostly see clips online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see the clip of Hannah's face?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Brock and I were dying watching this. I just want to give my flowers to Hannah for talking about this openly, for just giving us content to make us giggle along with them. And I so deeply empathize with her because it happened to me.
Oh,
really? It happened to me in 2017, March to be exact. I have the photos. I didn't notice it until we were at Kyle Chan's birthday party. And I was with Rob at the time. And I'm looking back at the photos and I'm like, why does my face look so weird? Like, I swore I was smiling. And then I'm looking back at the photos and then I remember a couple weeks before when I was shooting Rob's show with him, when we were watching back the takes, I was just like, I'm doing something weird with my smile. Like, am I nervous on camera with him? Like, what is it? And then it hit me. I got Botox in my jaw from my cosmetic dentist for my TMJ. And I think they just hit one nerve a little wrong, one too many units, and I couldn't smile.
Oh my God.
And as I was watching that clip of Hannah, I was just like, oh, girl, I feel for you so bad because it takes at least 3 months to wear off.
Oh God.
I started running on a treadmill every single day because they said vigorous workouts is the only thing that can help break it down quicker.
Oh my God.
There's no dissolve like there is for filler.
Yeah.
You have a lump in your lip, you can dissolve that immediately. Botox, you just have to fucking wait and look weird.
Oh no.
I know. So she's going to be like that for a couple months.
Oh damn.
And I was
Poor girl.
dying laughing. She's like, she like ran into someone at the gym or whatever. And they're like, I'm a giggler. And she's like, oh.
I know. Yeah. I have not started Botox. I did go to a doctor once because I was thinking,
and
okay.
It's crazy that you don't have a line on your face for the age that we do not know.
Well, because I also thought you're supposed to get it kind of before that happens to like preventative. So I went to her and she was kind of like, I don't need to give you any, but like, I was like, give me something. She gave me like the lowest dose, right?
Yeah.
So she just put it, I think she put it somewhere here, but it was like, okay, whatever. And then like a week later, I remember I was having a bad day. I was in my car and I was like, and I wanted to get mad. And I was like, wait, I can't get mad. And it actually sent me into a panic attack. So I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing fuck. Yeah. I was like, I just want to be mad right now, but I can't. And I was like, I hate this.
Oh, I hated when my expression started to show. I'm like, I just want permanent RBF. But sometimes you do need a little bit of, you know?
I know. I do
I'm
need
like,
to start.
I think I might need a little.
My 11s are starting, I think, to come in. So it's time.
But the eyes, like that makes a difference. And I just did a new treatment on my face that I'm waiting for it to kick in. It's called Everest.
Okay.
It's like RF something treatment. It's like a heat treatment that's supposed to stimulate collagen over the next couple of months and hopefully plump out this one.
I think the one thing the two things I want to do is I think it's PRP or PFP under
PRP.
my eyes because I feel like my eyes are starting to look a little sunken and I might have to do a bluff. But I'm scared because we've seen
Oh.
so many go wrong. But I don't want to have my hooded eyes. I don't want it to like sink
The
too much.
upper bluff, I think, is not as crazy as the lower.
Yeah, I only need an upper one, you know.
So that should be fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just gotta find the right doctor.
I know.
And then look at the doctors you don't want to go to based on the people.
Exactly.
You
Like,
know?
who's your doctor? Off the list.
Seriously. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Thank you, Kiki, for joining me in the studio today. Be sure to watch Celebrity Crime Scene, Marilyn Monroe, streaming on Hulu. And make sure to listen to Kiki weekdays on Radio Andy's Reality Checked. And you can find her on Instagram at The Talk of Shame. I loved getting back into the studio with you. Thanks for all of your hot takes on everything. And be getting back into some more shenanigans next week. Bye-bye.